Welcome back, Starknet enthusiasts, to another episode of Starknet Espresso. Today we have an amazing guest joining us who is making waves in the Starknet community with his amazing tools and projects. Joining us today is Casweeney. Cas is an active developer contributing to the Starknet ecosystem. He is here to share some insights in his recent projects, Resolver CLI and StarkTrade bots, and how these two projects are enhancing user experience on Starknet. Cash, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. It's been coming for a long time that I wanted you to be on this show, and I'm glad you can finally make it. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll just kickstart it with we've talked a little bit off the camera about the project that you're working on with Starknet, and I think one that strikes a chord for me is StarkTrade bot. So, what is StarkTrade bot all about, and what's inspired you to build that?
Okay, Stack Trade Board is it's a Telegram trading board that enables users or traders to seamlessly trade tokens, like buy and sell tokens on the Starknet ecosystem. So it's a trading board where you don't need to go, or you don't have to go through the rigorous process of setting up a wallet, connecting wallets, signing transactions, and all of that. This stuff called degen. People want to trade, buy token as fast as possible and sell it as fast as possible when they're in profit. So the
Okay.
whole process of signing the transactions and all of that would delay them, and they might be losing money. And that was why we decided to build a trading bot on Starknet. And the reason why we decided to build a Telegram trading bot is because following the history of things, or the history of the Web3 ecosystem, we have seen what has been happening in the space, and we also noticed that we have a lot of developers on the Starknet ecosystem. We have a lot of projects on the Starknet ecosystem, but there are no users to use this project or this product and all of that. And one of the best ways to bring users into the ecosystem, into Starknet ecosystem, is to like focus on the things users are interested in, which is trading. And by so doing, when we bring users into the Starknet ecosystem via this trading, users can now understand the Starknet ecosystem, and they will now start diversifying into other projects in the Starknet ecosystem. So majorly our target is to pull in liquidity into Starknet ecosystem and users.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a game changer for me because for me it makes a lot more sense that I can just go into Telegram and trade without having to go through the whole signing transaction and stuff like that. I think recently I did something like that with Ton, but I think Ton, you also have to have your wallet and you have your private keys and seed phrase. It is the same thing with StarkTrade, but
Yeah, so we made StarkTrade in a way whereby we made it to be flexible. So you can come into the bot, you can import your existing account. If you already have maybe an
oh
account
wow.
on Agent and all of that, you can import your existing account. But if you don't, you can create a new account. You can just click create account, and it will create a new account for you, and it will show you your private key as well. So you can then fund the account and start trading with it, whichever one is comfortable for you. For some users who might still be in doubt of, okay, wanting to like import their accounts, and maybe probably they might think their private key will be exposed or something like that.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
also give them the opportunity to create an account on the bot and probably test it, see how it works, trade with it, and when you get comfortable, you can choose to like explore more on it and all of that. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful because I'm looking at it. I've been using Ton recently on a couple of transactions on Telegram, and I thought to myself, this would be nice if other ecosystems could have something like this. And it makes more sense that you brought this on. This is truly a game changer for Starknet, I would say. Nice one, you guys are. You guys are doing. Okay.
Thank you very
Are
much.
there competitions in the ecosystem? Do you see any competitions in the ecosystem with regards to what you built? And is there anything
Uh,
what gives you the edge basically over others?
I think I'll put it like whenever you're doing something that is solving a problem, you're building something that is solving a problem. There's bound to be competition. Other people are definitely going to build similar stuff and all of that. So, but I think what makes StarkTrade stand out is we included automation in our bot, whereby
Oh, wow.
you can make specific settings for DTA, whereby the bot can be trading for you automatically based on your settings. So, for instance, DCA is a way whereby, let's say you bought a token when it was $1 and the token dropped. You bought, let's say, $100 worth of the token when it was $1 and the token dropped to like $0.5. You can buy like, let's say, another $100. Now, if it goes up to like $0.8, the profit you made from when you bought at $0.5 will cover the loss you made when you bought at $1. So that
Yeah,
is dollar
yeah.
cost averaging. So we are building in such a way that you can set the board whereby when a particular token you're holding goes down to a particular price, it can initiate a buy transaction for you. And also when it gets to a point where you're in profit, it can initiate a sell transaction for you. So that's the automation we are bringing in that makes our bot stands out and all of that.
Oh, fantastic. I've never heard this one on this. Yeah, it makes a lot more sense that this is in production now. Can people use this now?
So it's not in production now, but we have demoed it to a couple of persons in the Starknet ecosystem. Like we are still building. So we have like four more features to push before we will know that we are ready to go live. But while we are interacting to some ecosystem OGs, they might want to take a look at it, and we'll just jump on a call and demo it for them to see. Yeah.
That's wonderful. I'll personally be following this project up because it's something that I like to push out there for more people to get involved in. It's a wonderful
Yeah.
project, I must say. Yeah, yeah. So, but a good question is why did you choose Starknet to build this one? Because I know your stack this is so much. Why did you choose Starknet?
Okay. Starknet is an amazing ecosystem. First of all, it feels different for people like us that number one, for people like us that get easily bored doing the same thing over and over again. So building on Starknet gives a whole different experience. um, Going back to EVM, we already understand how things work on the EVM. But coming to Starknet, there's a whole different experience and there's a lot to explore. Like the more you know, the more you need to know, or the more you want to know. That curiosity to like want to keep learning exists in the Starknet ecosystem, and I like that. Then secondly, the Starknet ecosystem has a wonderful community that supports people that are both beginners and people that are already like building stuff in the ecosystem. Like that support system, like no matter how trivial your challenge might be, you see people that actually want to support you and all of that. Then lastly, Starknet is the fastest and the cheapest layer two scaling solution that is currently in existence. Like the way they went about solving the Ethereum scaling solution was out of the box. Most other guys have been solving the problem, still banking on EVM and all of that. But Starknet went outside the box. They abstracted the whole thing to solve this problem and all of that. So these are some of the reasons why I choose to build on Starknet. So noticing that okay, these guys are building amazing stuff, but there are no users. So what am I going to do to pull in these users and this liquidity to Starknet? And that was why we came up with StarkTrade bot to build on StarkNet.
Yeah, fantastic. I think one of the things that is very common amongst developers that I've talked to, especially with regards to Starknet, is the community. Everybody's so loud on how cooperative the community is, how they've been helping, and how they it's always like, I think one person used it like Evans. I'm sure it was not him. You said they treat everybody like VIP. That's what he said about the Starknet community. So the question I would want to ask is, are they doing anything particularly to support this project that you're working on now?
Okay, so yes, that's one. I'll come back to that. So
Oh, okay.
one thing about the community I talked about StarkNet, I remember back then in 2022 or early 2023 when I decided to start building on StarkNet. It was quite challenging, like it was challenging when it was still Cairo Zero and all. But once I dropped the challenge in the Telegram, the speed with which I get responses was awesome. Like I was able to solve these problems like with the help of people like Darlington and God's Power Easy. Like I was able, they will help me. Like they'll be in my DM directing me and all of that. And even when I made my first video and dropped it, there was a whole lot of support. Now coming back to Start Trade Board, we were among the persons that got the Starknet Foundation grant to build.
Oh, wow.
And for us to actually get that grant, it shows that the Starknet Foundation guys believe in what we are building and they believe in us. And for that reason, we are going to do awesomely well in what we are building and make sure we launch as soon as possible.
Oh, oh, nice one. I think one thing again that is important to note is the support. Like I've not said this on the show before, but last year I was also part of those that got funding from Starknet. Not giving out the numbers, but they gave out some
Yeah.
funding for people to build there. And I think it just differentiates them from every other ecosystem out there. Maybe because it's my first time. I'm not particularly. I can't say okay, I'm comparing with these people, but as far as I'm concerned, since I got into blockchain as a whole, if there are people that will support you both in human resources, resources to also make sure that you're coding well, but also financial support to make sure that you're pushing your dreams forward. I think Starknet it stands out most when it comes to this.
Yeah, so I think Starknet understands that people are in the dilemma of chasing funds and building. So I think what they want to do is fund you, so you don't worry about funding. You now focus on
Yeah.
building a great product. Yeah. So and that's a great way, a good idea or way to go.
Yeah, I think that sums up their approach accurately as far as this is concerned. So
Yeah.
one other thing, I just to round up this is I would say this is a fantastic idea. And if there's anything I'm looking forward to apart from the updates from Starknet itself, I think if there's on individual level, if there's projects that I'm looking up to, this should be part of the top five, I would say. And this is me being very, 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 very meticulous in choosing projects that are top out there. So nice
Thank you
job that you
very
guys,
much.
nice job that you guys are doing.
Thank
One
you.
other project
Thank
that you
you.
mentioned also is Resolver CLI. It sounds like, but yeah. What is Resolver CLI and what is motivating you to do that? So,
Okay, so Resolver CLI was just, this the Web3 ecosystem is in a constant dynamism. It's always moving. Like you have to keep learning and learning and learning and all of that. So I was learning Rust. I was learning Rust, how to build with Rust, and I thought of something. It was just a side project I wanted to build while learning Rust. I didn't have any intentions for it and all. So, and one thing about me building stuff, whenever I'm building stuff, I like to build something that is kind of useful, even if it's a plaything. So that was how Resolver CLI came about. I was like, okay, we there are so many. If you want to install React, if you want to set up a React project, you do npx create React. You
Yeah.
want to set up Next. You want to create a hard hat project for Solidity Foundry project. So there are so many commands out there that developers will need to carry in their head if they want to like scaffold projects on different ecosystem and all of that. I was
Yeah.
like, what if there's one CLI tool that brings all these things together, whereby with that CLI tool you can just do resolver create scaffold React to scaffold a React project for you, resolver scaffold Next, resolver scaffold hard hat, resolver scaffold Foundry, resolver scaffold SN Forge, that's for Starknet Foundry and
Yeah.
all of that. So so with one CLI tool, you can scaffold or create, just install any. So it also install different dependency like npm, cargo, all those stuff. So with
Yeah.
one tool, you can install both Forge and SN Forge and Scab and Starklight in your computer. You don't need to start trying to remember the command to do this or that. So that was what I was building. And after building it, I posted about it. A lot of persons found the idea fascinating, and it was open source, and people were contributing to it and all of that. And that was how the project blew up. Currently, we have over 1,000 downloads
Oh,
on
wow.
crates.io. Yeah, over
Wow.
1,000 downloads on
Wow.
crates.io. And it's not like I just built it like a plaything, like not, I didn't have any intentions for it. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. 1,000 downloads. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So it shows people are using it.
Yeah, very well, very well. And it's always nice to like have everything streamlined for you, especially in this our ecosystem. Just like you pointed out, you
Yeah.
don't want to like have all the commands in your head. It's if you've done something that I could just have one thing and every other thing is embedded in it, and it makes a lot more
Yeah.
sense. I must say I'm thrilled. And I know we talk a lot, but we've never really talked much into what you've done and the projects you're building. And I'm even more fascinated now with you and basically what you've been doing in the ecosystem. Nice, 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 nice one.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm still in awe. I'm just thinking about what you said and how this whole thing it brings everything together. I'm just looking at some of the projects I'm working on. And the funny thing is you've talked about this so long, and I've never actually brought out time to go and download Resolver CLI and but that's sorry, and then I'm going to do that
No
immediately after
problem. It's fine.
yeah.
It's fine.
This also has CAB embedded in it, so people on Starknet can also take advantage of this. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So you can install Cab, you can install Starklight, you can install SN you can scaffold a project with Scab and SN And the thing is, with this, everything is one place, and you don't need to stretch yourself to l- get the commands to
Yeah.
install Forge or all those. No, you don't need to. You just resolver install SN Forge to do every other thing for you and install SN4J. Same thing with Starklight and Scar.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. So, and this goes for the two projects that we talked about. Are there any updates that we should be expecting? Any new features that we should be expecting in? For Resolver CLI is out already, so obviously people are using it. Are we expecting any update on that? And then for StarkTrade bots, are there other things that you're looking at adding to, maximize user experience on it, or we should just hold our horses and wait for the release?
Okay, so for Resolver CLI, like I said, it's just a side project, but it's open source. A lot of persons have contributed to it, and currently there are some issues that are on GitHub. I added a couple of them, and some other persons added some. So one of the issue or the update that we'll work on, but not anytime soon, because I'm fully invested in StarkTrade now, is to make Resolver CLI to be easily installed on system. Currently, before you install with Resolver CLI, you need to first of all install Rust and Cargo, because it is only through Cargo that you can install Resolver CLI. So we want to make it in such a way whereby with call command, that's the CURL command, and a link, you can pull in everything about Resolver into your system and it will be installed without needing to go through the route of installing Rust and Cargo first.
Yeah.
So that's one of them. We don't have support for most ecosystem, like the Golang ecosystem. We don't have support for them now, and many other ecosystem that are there. We have not added support for them. So it's open source. I even added it on only Dust, so people can contribute. But for StarkTrade, we are pushing. We are coming out very soon. A lot of features are being implemented to make the user experience very seamless. For one of, let me just, this one is insider information. So one of the features we are adding is if users want to buy tokens, we have something like a token list that will show like a list of suggested tokens on the Starknet ecosystem that users can easily buy without needing to like go out and copy the contract address of these tokens. So with this, we can have people that want to like, okay, add their token to our token list, list of suggested tokens. So once you click buy, you see like list of tokens that it will suggest for you, which you can pick from. Then if the one you want to buy is not there, you can get the address of the token and put it in the port and it will pick up every other thing for you. So small insight.
Fantastic. These are great features. Like I don't know how you people come up with these ideas, but these are really like industry changing ideas, I would say. This is fantastic.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I guess the question now would be, because I'm awed, to be honest, I'm awed by everything that you talked about on this project. I think I've heard people talk about projects but this is mind blowing. Not only because it's a massive project, but it solves real world issues. It really solves real world issues. These are things that people are looking forward to, and how to make things easier for them. And you're out there, you're making things easy for all of us, right? All of us in the ecosystem, even those that don't consider themselves, but generally end users, you're making life easy for everybody, and that's wonderful. So, but the last question would be, are there other things that you want to put out there? So things like, are there calls to action? And are there advice you would give to people that want to go into the Starknet ecosystem? What would be your advice to them? Is there a call for action, or generally an advice you want to give people that are interested in Starknet?
Okay, so the advice I would give to people that are interested in Starknet is the best advice, I don't know, let's say I'm targeting developers, for instance. The best advice for developers that are looking at Starknet is to start building. So I can see a lot of things happening. First of all, let me give you a sneak peek of how I know that the Starknet ecosystem is going to do great. See, guys like OpenZeppelin are building libraries and support for Starknet. You get. And OpenZeppelin don't just build libraries and support for any kind of blockchain, but they're building for Starknet because, they know Starknet is doing something great. And recently, Starknet just got added to Kepler Wallet and all of that. Yeah, so these are little things that will tell you that something great is coming in the Starknet ecosystem. It's still very early, and this is the best time for anyone that wants to jump into the ecosystem to come in as soon as possible and get a solid ground. And the rest will be history. And the community is fully open to welcome you. Yeah, so that's the best advice I can give. Then for those that are not developers, there are so many things you can do. Like the Wolfpack link is there if you want to write or put out content, it's there to support you. there are so many things you can do in the Starknet ecosystem and all of that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's all I can say.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think it's good that you pointed the way you bifurcated it. If you're a developer, okay, this is what to do. If you're not developers, because I think one of the things people think when they get into this ecosystem, there's this general idea that is for developers, is for developers. I mean, I know the end users part of this, but there are things that
Yeah.
people can actually do. I know a couple of people writing in for the ecosystem, writing articles. I know people that are doing content creation for the ecosystem. So, and the beautiful thing in
Yeah.
also is the work part supports these people, financially. So
Yeah.
I think so. So it's an ecosystem that is out there for everybody. It's not just for developers. It's not just for it's for everybody. Everybody can get something out of it.
The thing is, even traders too. So that is why we are building Start Trade, because they
Yeah,
what happened some months ago on other chains when there was there was a lot of trading activities, like people were involving in degen. That's happened in
yeah,
BSC, that's happened in Avalanche, that's happened in Solana, and all of that. Now you see it is moving to turn and all of that. So
yeah, yeah,
StarkTrade is going to pull in those kind of activities to
yeah,
StarkNet. And the best thing for traders, all these ecosystem that have not actually experienced those activities, they are the ones that everything is moving to in
yeah,
no due time. So traders and all of that can position themselves, because it's coming, and it's going to be massive. With the recently launched Bolt upgrade, transactions on Starknet will be crazy.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't need to say too much. You know all these things.
Yeah, it's good you mentioned. It's good you mentioned both. We talked about it in one of my episodes. I think it was with developer Evans. We talked about the
Yeah,
Boost tool. I think it was a couple of weeks it was released, and man, that was the confirmation of transactions now is in I think 2 seconds, right?
yeah. It's
Confirmation of
that
transactions is now in
that. So while we're testing the bot, like, so there was a feature we implemented, and once we initiate the transaction, I'll just see it reflect in my agent wallet with, like,
wow.
I was like, whoa, this is fast. Like, so yeah.
Wow, the whole Starknet ecosystem is being magic, and with people like him, coming up with applications that we can use to create magic on our own, so it's fantastic that this is happening. So,
Yeah.
Evans, Jesus Christ, Cash, Cash, thank you so much for
Yeah.
making our time to come. I'm really excited about your projects and the way you're pushing the boundaries in the ecosystem is really really nice. I would say I'm overly impressed. I think the word is astounded. I'm astounded by what you're doing. Thank you very much for
Thank you.
being
Thank
on the
you.
show.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for having me.
I don't think this will be the last time I will have you on this show because a couple of things are happening. Of course, when the launch happens, too, I hope you'll also be here to talk more about what you're doing and what you've released. So I hope to have you on other
Yeah.
episodes too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always building. If you don't catch me building, you see me learning. And anytime I'm learning something new, it's because I want to build something.
Wow, nice one, nice one. Nice one. So
Uh,
before we go, do you have social media handles where people can interact with you? So maybe our viewers, our audience would like to follow you to follow up on what you're doing and even learn more from what you're doing. Can they reach out
yeah,
to you? Yeah.
yeah. On Twitter, Casweeney Ojukwu, or just CodingCast. That's my handle, at CodingCast. On LinkedIn, Casweeney Ojukwu. On YouTube, Casweeney Ojukwu. So
Oh, okay.
that's it. I don't have any other name, but Twitter is CodingCast. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. No problem. What I'll do is in the description box of this video, I'll put in all your
Mm.
social media handles so that our audience can follow you and keep up to date with what you're doing. So.
All right, all right, all right. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm
All right.
grateful.
Thank you very much, Cass. Thank you very much.
All right, boss. Bye.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Cass, for joining us today and sharing your journey and innovations with the Starknet community. It is truly remarkable what you're doing with Resolver CLI and StarkTrade bot, and we look forward to what's coming next with this project. To all our viewers, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on any episode of Starknet Espresso. We have more expert insights and exciting conversations coming your way on this channel. So until next time, keep building, keep innovating, and stay tuned on Starknet Espresso. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.